United Nations has defined this kind of literacy. They defined it's the kind of people who do not know or understand things comparing to other people in other countries and between the age of 15 and 35. So the people who up this cannot get in the school to educate themselves and so that they go back to their community and find a job with kind of education they got. Different definitions, so we cannot go with one opinion or other opinion. We have to understand that this is a problem in the Arab world. We will show the statistic afterwards, and inshallah after that we will give our opinion. How do we change this?
Inshallah.
Talk about the report that I got from the internet today. It's published in 2005, which is a recent report, I guess, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, but maybe changed now. But it gives some indication of where we stay and where we're compared to other countries in Saudi Arabia, as well as other developing countries in the Arab and the whole world. First of all, the report being published by, it's called the Human Development Report. It's published yearly by the United Nations, and this include and compare the Arab countries to other countries in the world. For example, in Saudi Arabia, let's just give an example. From 1985 to 1994, which is like about 10 years, the people who know how to write and read and write, about 70.8% of the population, which was around 20 to 22 millions. From 1995 to 2005, the number has increased by around 25%, which to 82.9. This is in Saudi Arabia. In other countries, the average between 85 to 93, which is we are far less than other countries such as the Gulf states and some Arab countries such as Libya and Jordan. And people who has middle human development, such as Algeria, Tunis, the number get between 52 to 83. So as I said, this is given indication where we stay. Comparing to other countries in China, they're far less below, like 42%, 30%. But comparing to Caribbean and other countries, they get in the 90s. This is just people who know how to read and write. If we get another indication or evidence of the literacy, the percentage of people who get in elementary school. This is, by the way, big factors while you try to get to understand how the human development overlap in such countries. In Saudi Arabia in 1991, around 59% of people get in elementary school, like 41 do not go to school. This number has jumped to 78, around 35% within like 15 years, to 78% in 2005. The people who get in elementary school, in 1991, it used to be 31 in Saudi Arabia. 30% of people get in elementary school. As you know, the middle school, the elementary school certification people used to work with it, used to teach with it. I know my teacher, and before, like in 70s or 60s, they used to just get elementary school and go and teach in elementary school. Or
it was enough at that time.
It was enough because education was so hard and so thick and this was supported by the called katatib, the preschool, like they call it. And 2005, the number jumped to 66, around 110%. So from 31, 1991 to 66 percent of people get in middle school. I mean, we're talking about the people who are in that age, in the age of middle school. We're talking about elderly people or people who do not in such area where the school exists. The people get to the 5th grade in elementary school jump from 83 1991 to 96, which is a good indication of how the system works. Unfortunately, the number is not,
shameful.
Good. It's shameful. Like around 70% of people between 1999 to 2004 get in topics such as engineering and science. So 17% of students only get in those area, where other countries such as Oman 20%, Libya 31, Bahrain 17, Qatar 19, other countries such as Tunis 24, which is
the lowest percentage.
Yeah, most of the people talk about and go to the humanity subject, and which is we need it, as I am in social science, but we're also looking for people who know and understand science and math and other what I call it hard science, so that they could participate in our country development, and such as those kind of university that we have right now. So, but the university system now has changed. For example, Imam University used to teach Islamic study and social science and human science. Now they have 2 colleges. They have medicine and they have engineering college, which is changing right now. So this is a good indication in our country to have those kind of subjects. This is just an example of Saudi Arabia, how we stand in this area of literacy, and I hope, inshallah, those numbers will change in the year to come.
Doctor, what about the gap between the female and male? Is it bigger in female people?
Yes, it is. Comparing to male and female, if you talk about it, it's about, female who get education from 1995 to 2005, 70.3% of people who get educated among the female get educated. 76 only, comparing to male, which is 94.7. And I think this is we have to take into account those areas where people are not educated enough, who refuse to send their female, who get married early, who do not live around area of school, not take into account it's really hard for female to travel, to stay in different city, obstacle to go and continue her education. So this is the factor, by the way. So I could send my male guy to Riyadh or Jeddah or any nearby school, but female, it's not accepted to go by herself, and the father or mother cannot go, so that she stays home. And this is the problem. But now, alhamdulillah, we have changed, and inshallah we'll change in the future. This is kind of gap between male and female around 20%, which is not bad, but we have to work hard on it. But just to give you an indication, latest statistic about the graduation rate of university or bachelor degree in Saudi Arabia has shown that around 76% of female who get bachelor are in the workforce, while around 30 or 42% of male who are in the workforce now get their bachelor degree, which is around like 25%. So in other words, we have more women who get in the workforce with their bachelor than male, and that's the gap around 35 or between 25 to 35%, which is show and give indication when the female try to challenge herself to get the workforce or to get educated, she succeeds comparing to the male, where maybe other attractive jobs or let's call laziness or they're not serious. I don't know, but this is an indication of how female could change their stats and could be big components in our